being hungry for change. We are going to win on September the 20th, 2014.
Kia ora, good evening. Welcome to Not the 6 o'clock news for Tuesday the 9th of September with me, Laila Harré, leader of the Internet Party. Our focus tonight will be inequality. But first up, in media mischief today, here are two quick clips from our two biggest morning radio shows, 1ZB and Morning Report.
The Internet Party leader Laila Harré is denying there is a rift between her and Hone Harawira. That's despite the Internet MANA Party having to scrap the promotion of its cannabis law reform policy after Mr Harawira protested in an expletive-laden email. Laila Harré joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning, Guyon.
Is it really credible to suggest that there isn't a rift given the content and substance and form, I suppose, of this email?
Well, first of all, that you started in your introduction saying that I was denying that there was a rift between myself and Hone Harawira. I absolutely deny that. We have not exchanged a crossword with each other since day one of this project.
But you're included on this email, though, that he wrote.
The email was a reply, and the second thing I want to correct from your introduction is that you said we had scrapped the promotion of our sensible cannabis laws policy. That is not correct. The promotion of our sensible cannabis laws policy was agreed by myself and Hone. The email relates to a suggestion made by our creative team to increase the promotion of that policy because there had been a lot of interest in it in the days after the release.
Well, couldn't you see this coming, More trouble for the Internet MANA camp. The party's now scrapped their cannabis law reform policy after Hone Harawira lashed out at the idea in an email to his colleagues. The Internet's Laila Harré is with us. Good morning to you.
Good morning, and I just want to take you up on your intro, Mike. I don't know if that was deliberate, but you said that Internet MANA has just canned its cannabis law reform policy. That is complete nonsense. I suspect that you know that it's complete nonsense.
You'll notice that in both cases, the presenter's introduction showed what we might call casual media bias. When this goes to air, we will have launched Internet MANA's cornerstone eliminating poverty policy. This includes our plan to provide breakfast and lunch in every decile 1 to 4 school for all children. Hone's Feed the Kids bill is still live in Parliament. You can be sure that passing this law before Christmas and in time for the first term of school next year will be our number one priority in post-election negotiations. Last weekend, hundreds marched up Queen Street to put poverty on the election agenda. Not surprisingly, Internet MANA leader Hone Harawira was right there with them. Tonight we're in Otara for the final stop on the Internet MANA Roadtrip. Nearly 8,000 have joined us at public meetings and on marae in 24 of our towns and cities. Inequality has been very high on the agenda at all these events. Here's quickly our plan to tackle poverty. Already Hone has been leading the calls in Parliament to get food in schools. It's very simple. Hungry kids don't learn. 100,000 children go to school hungry every day. Feeding the kids is Internet MANA's number one priority. Then there's housing. Other parties have all committed large funds in this campaign to home ownership for those who have slipped down the property ladder. Our focus is on the families who don't even start on the ladder. We support wider economic policies to help people buy houses like higher wages and a capital gains tax. But the urgent priority for government spending on housing must be housing the 30,000 families who are currently and officially homeless. We'll impose a legal duty on government to provide warm and dry accommodation for those without a proper home, and we'll build 10,000 new state houses every year for the next 3 years. There'll be a warrant of fitness for all rental housing. Our right to work policy, which includes a job guarantee for young people, those who have been unemployed for more than a year, or are in communities with high unemployment, as well as students during the summer break, has already been announced. Inequality is now New Zealanders' biggest concern. National's response? To spend another $1.5 billion on tax cuts in 3 years' time. Meanwhile, even the Greens have promised a 1% corporate tax cut and a personal tax cut for people earning well over $100,000 a year. We won't support any party's tax cuts while we still have an inequality crisis. Your party vote for Internet Mana is a vote to end poverty. I'll leave you with this clip from Hone Harawira at one of our earlier roadshow events. Ka kite anō. See you tomorrow and stay informed, Aotearoa.
When we signed the deal between Mana and the Internet Party for the creation of Internet Mana, I knew what the rest of the country didn't know, that the deal was going to be done because I'd have a comrade standing alongside me that I could be proud of, that I'd be proud to stand on any front line with, and would be proud to sit back and let her do all of the driving. I'm not just talking about Annette Sykes and Georgina Bay either. Where we are now, everybody, is we're in a position to take politics to a whole different world. We are in a position to completely change the way in which people view politics. I won't mention the party, but a big party that's in opposition at the moment launched their living wage policy the other week and had 20 people turn up. This is a party that's only just gotten started.